It's time.
I'm ready for the finals. See you soon, Trestles.
Surfing's biggest day is set.
Add him to your list. He's in the final 5.
Just get spit out.
The final 5 men and women have a chance to cement their own legacy.
Never expected to be here in this situation, so we'll give it a red-hot crack.
They alone control their fate.
Throws plenty of spray as she hangs onto that one.
Sally Fitzgibbons tucking in. Wow.
It's one of the best single maneuvers we've seen in women's competition.
10 unique journeys have led to this moment. The inspiration has been found. The preparation has been done. It's time to leave it all in the water. It's time to crown world champions. It's time for the Rip Curl WSL Finals. The surfing world is assembled in San Clemente, California for a groundbreaking event. For the first time in the history of the WSL Championship Tour, the 2021 World Champions will be decided by a one-day, winner-take-all event.
Medina looks like he's got a gigantic ramp!
This is a huge moment for surfing. We've taken the top 5 women, the top 5 men, and we're gonna crown a world champ in the water.
The venue for the WSL Finals is Lower Trestles. The famed Cobblestone Point is considered one of the most high-performance waves in the world.
This has always been an iconic surf destination for surfers all around the world because the wave itself is so rippable. It's a machine-like right and left. Every element of your skill set is going to come into play if you want to win out here at Lowers.
The format is new and the stakes couldn't be higher. The surfers will enter the Rip Curl WSL Finals bracket based on their year-end rankings. In match 1, the number 5 ranked surfer will compete against the 4th ranked surfer. The winner of match 1 will then face off against the number 3 ranked surfer. The winner of match 2 will face off against the number 2 ranked surfer. The winner of match 3 will move on to the best of 3 title match, where they will face world number 1.
It's a historical moment to crown our men and women on the very same day. I've never felt this kind of energy here at Lower Trestles before. Let the best surfer win.
The men's Final 5 features an international field of this season's top performers.
Our final 5 bracket for the men's is really interesting. You've got Morgan Siblick from Australia. He's a rookie. Connor Coffin, California standout. And then you go to the 3-headed monster, Felipe Toledo at number 3. This guy out here is electrifying. Italo Ferreira, a reigning world champion, sitting in that 2nd seed. And then, of course, Gabriel Medina, a world champion, nearly an unbeatable force.
Gabriel Medina, the number 1 seed. I don't think he's had a better season in his life. He looks very confident. He is truly the alpha dog of the tour, where he walks into the locker room and everybody just shivers.
Yeah, there's 2 more heats, you know. I'm really excited for this finals, and I'm looking for the 3rd title.
The women's 2021 title race has been remarkably tight, with 7 unique event winners. The Final 5 is a mix of proven champions and world title hopefuls.
The women's Final 5 is incredible. You've got Joanne Defay coming from France. She's definitely the sentimental favorite, but she's going to be going up against Stephanie Gilmore, the GOAT of women's surfing. And from there, things do not get any easier. Sally Fitzgibbons, who basically is trying to break that 2nd place curse. Tatiana Weston-Webb, probably one of the fieriest competitors we've ever seen on the championship tour. And then, of course, Carissa Moore, our first ever women's surfing gold medalist.
One of the best single maneuvers we've seen in women's competition.
I think the biggest thing that I have learned going into these world title days is just you have to find some peace with it. And you have to try to keep it simple and not overcomplicate things. That world title will come if you do what's right in front of you.
World champion!
If you got a gold medal and a world title in the same year, that would be no doubt the biggest achievement in surfing.
Morning, dude. Looks like we might be on.
Rip Curl WSL Finals has been called on. We're crowning our champions today.
This is really special. What a great opportunity for Connor.
It feels very full circle for us to be back in Trestles, which is kind of where it all began.
Connor Coffin versus Morgan Siblick. The Californian get things started, some big arcing turns. Crushes a finishing move, and Connor hangs on.
For Connor Coffin, an opportunity of a lifetime. He could be the first Californian world champion in over 30 years.
Siblick on the right, needing a 7.34 for a lead change.
Wow, look at this. As aggressive as you can get on that section right there, Joe, and then the finish.
Siblick gets a 6.17 as he's still chasing the Californians' lead. Connor Coffin fading the takeoff. Clean top turn connection. Driving hard on the second section. Will he put it away? And he does with 3 big turns. Connor Coffin and the entire family will celebrate.
We're going to see the Californian move on against the 3-headed monster, starting with Felipe.
Oh, yeah, it's nice to have some swell, and it's crazy having this much support. I've never felt this in my life, and it's pretty surreal. So thank you, everyone.
Well done, more to go.
The women take to the water, and France's Joanne Defay faces 7-time world champion Stephanie Gilmore in match 1.
And the big story for Steph, tied with Lane Beachley with 7 titles. If she can go all the way today, she would stand alone.
To win a number 8 and to hold that record would be very cool. And I would love to do it. And of course, I've been thinking about it a lot.
Joanne's completely the underdog going against Steph, mainly because Steph's forehand is so exceptional and Joanne Defay's is just not at the same level.
Defay trying to create one of the biggest wins of her career. Steph now just wants to get some room to get things started. The opening ride goes to the 7-time world champ. She'll slide out on her second turn. Defay, the lowers left.
Just a beautiful opening turn from Joanne.
Turns in a 5.67. Gilmore's turn. Gets some speed down the line, and another disconnected maneuver off the top. This is a radical situation for Gilmore. Everyone putting a lot of pressure on her to maybe break that record with Lane Beachley, and she's struggling with her first match. We weren't expecting this.
I gotta say it though, she just looks off.
What a massive win for Joanne Defay. A huge upset against one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, it was not my finest moment, that's for sure. But, you know, Joanne, she's a really tough competitor, and happy to see her go through, and can't wait to watch the rest of the day.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, American Connor Coffin takes on Brazil's Felipe Toledo.
And that power-bred surfing from Connor has put on a show this morning.
But that's no problem for Felipe Toledo. And now the crowd goes wild. The first air of the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
Welcome back to the inaugural Rip Curl WSL Finals. Earlier in match 1, rookie Morgan Siblick couldn't keep pace with American Connor Coffin. The Californian came out of the gates firing.
Crushes a finishing move, and Connor hangs on.
Connor will take on Brazilian Felipe Toledo in match 2. In the first big upset, Joanne Defay eliminated 7-time world champion Stephanie Gilmore.
Joanne Defay harnessing all that power.
In match 2, Defay will face Australian Sally Fitzgibbons. For over a decade, Sally Fitzgibbons has continued to chase her dream of a maiden world title.
I was about 8 years old when I decided I was going to be a world champion.
She's always been right there. She's always contending almost all the way to the end of the season and then just not getting that moment or that event to win that world title.
Fitzgibbons, he looks up to the sky in disbelief. The wild card knocks out world #1 in the second round of competition.
To become a world champion, you have to go across this line and like lean fully in, as in all your emotion, as if it's gonna happen. It can happen, it will happen. So it's inevitable when it doesn't happen, it just shatters you.
The window is closing for Sally. 2021 could be the Australian's best shot at her long-awaited title.
The heights I'm trying to reach this year is just bringing out my best surfing in those pressure moments. So being there when it counts. I want to match up against the best because that's when I know they bring the best out in me.
Sally Fitzgibbons tucking in, makes it. Wow.
Sally looking for her first win of the season.
Keep reflecting back on how you could have changed it, and if this was the way, or just one more wave, or a half a point here, and different moments of the season. But I think once you kind of get on the other side of that, waiting for what hasn't happened in your life, I think that's a big one. Just not waiting for the things that you don't have. You just like, you've got so much beauty in your life.
Sally Fitzgibbons, Rip Curl Brightness Search Champion. How's it feel? Oh, it feels so good to be back in that winner's circle.
You love for that person who's been working so hard to finally get that crowning achievement. And I believe that Sally is one of those surfers that is going to be here going for that in a big way.
Match 2 features Fitzgibbons up against France's Joanne Defay.
Sally's got to be looking at this format just licking her chops because it's going to be a huge day of surfing. She's the fittest surfer on tour.
On the inside now, Joanne Defay finds a spicy little section. Nice turn. We love how this thing's holding the reef. Layback hack.
Wow.
Okay.
Game on.
Huge slice through the first turn. Lovely finish, just dropping that back arm. That feels so good.
Sally up and riding. Carves it back into the pocket, setting this wave up on the inside. It's got a great running wall. Another searing carve. She sets up this inside. We'll see what she does here. Nice vertical snap. We'll see if she takes to the air, if she just slams this section. Nice finishing maneuver for Sally.
All right, give it up for Sally.
Paddling into a perfect lower Trestles right, all alone.
Sally definitely getting the best quality wave of this matchup. Digs that rail in. Beautiful maneuver. I love the way that she bottom turns around that white water and then really checks her tempo to match the speed and power of this wave on that closing section.
And it comes in at 6.83, so that's the best wave of the heat.
Sally Fitzgibbons with that 11.33 total. In match 2, it's Sally Fitzgibbons with the win. She moves on to match 3 with Tatiana Weston Webb.
At only 26, Brazilian Felipe Toledo is a proven winner on the championship tour. However, with multiple title campaigns coming up short in the past, Toledo is looking for redemption in 2021.
Felipe Toledo is going to fall out of the title race.
I had an amazing year, you know, without my family and being more matured after all these years. I feel like every time I came close to win a world title, you know, something wasn't on the right place. And I feel like now it's a clean opportunity for me to win a world title.
As the only father in the WSL finals, Felipe is fortunate to call San Clemente home after relocating his family here over 7 years ago.
It means everything to me. The family's around, my kids are around. I'm really stoked to have them here with me and them to be able to go to the beach and watch and cheer for me and, you know, be there. It's a little extra on my motivation.
For Felipe, this is a chance to redefine his legacy and win a title for his family.
I want to win the world title to show the kids that, you know, like where I came from, they can do the same thing and they can be a world champion, and of course, for my family.
Toledo faces California's Connor Coffin in match 2.
Felipe competed here back in 2017. He won this event. He's got 2 little humans now in his corner. His family's grown. What's that going to do for his performance?
Straight off the buzzer, California's Connor Coffin has entered the chat in a big way.
Connor Coffin, he's coming in as an underdog. He's already had to surf 1 match today. He's feeling that energy.
Look at that. Oh.
That's what we want to see on finals day, right?
Yeah.
How good was that wave? He just absolutely murdered this thing.
A huge 8.5 to start off.
It puts so much pressure on Felipe.
This is your opening ride for Felipe Toledo. Solid start there. Oh, another big carve. Huge finish for Toledo. That was a massive start.
That turn was incredible.
Felipe Toledo comes through with an 8-4, nearly matching Connor Coffin. Now we get to see Connor Coffin's lethal backhand in action. Great snap right in the pocket there. Looking down the line to see what is available. And he'll hammer that end section, so a completed ride.
That was a really smart move, I feel, on Connor's behalf. I feel like that sort of put a little bit more pressure.
Felipe Toledo, former event winner here, lowers with a huge turn. Wraps it back into the pocket again, slicing through the foam. It's a little foamy, but nothing he can't handle. He's going to continue working this wave over with the speed, power, and flow that he has on tap. And let's see what he does on the inside. Goes for a big air. He sticks it!
Oh, my!
The beach goes absolutely wild. The scene has erupted at Lower Trestles.
The first air of the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
That shows the weapons that he has on this wave.
Felipe Toledo gets the win over Connor Coffin.
Connor came out exactly what he needed to do. First 30 seconds of the heat, boom, 8.5. A part of Felipe, what he does is he just doesn't get rattled. Then all of a sudden, it kind of just swung straight to Felipe. Connor didn't have the matching power at that point. I mean, all he needed was to get another 8.5. It just didn't happen for him. The ocean went quiet.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, the Rip Curl WSL Finals continue.
And this is what we came to watch.
Can he find the score on this ride? It's a big section. Tail high punt.
Welcome back to the inaugural Rip Curl WSL Finals. Earlier in match 2, Australian Sally Fitzgibbons defeated Joanne Defay.
Sally definitely getting the best quality wave of this matchup.
Fitzgibbons will take on Tatiana Weston Webb in match 3. On the men's side of the draw, American Connor Coffin was eliminated by Brazilian Felipe Toledo.
And now the crowd goes wild.
In match 3, Toledo will face Italo Ferreira. For reigning world champion Italo Ferreira, 2021 has been another remarkable year.
Frontside air, perfect landing. Italo's uncontrollable. He can do anything he wants. His signature move on the backhand.
His energy levels are through the roof.
We see him out in the water catching a million waves and just over amping. When he comes in, he's almost hyperventilating.
He's always up here in the red line. And, you know, we've seen that go against him just a few times.
Another huge upset and a broken board.
But he's getting the heat wins and he's winning events, so he should stick with it.
Ferreira won gold at this year's Olympics. A second world title would complete one of the greatest seasons of all time.
It's not about contest, it's about how I start to live, you know, and enjoy every moment, you know, and then with Olympic Games, that was like special to me, you know, and then now I have a chance to get my second world title.
A gold medal year with the world title, there's nothing like that, and that's something that who knows if it'll ever happen again in history.
I know how to surf, I know how to compete, you know, if I can control my mind, I can do anything.
Ferreira faces off against fellow Brazilian Felipe Toledo in match 3.
We've got a maxed out crowd here in Southern California because it is on. All Brazilian matchup. Italo Ferreira, the reigning world champ, taking on Felipe Toledo.
Look at this. What a good wave for Felipe. Out, we'll see if it's got the end section for him. And here comes a the money part of this wave. Boom, big drift. Does he stick it? He does.
Done with so much speed. One of the most spontaneous surfers in the world.
Boom, his biggest score of the heat.
8.5 for Felipe. So Toledo in sync with the pace of this wave.
And then we got Italo behind him on a runner. He's got to chase it down. Crazy big float, gets around it. Boom, big power turn. And this is what we came to watch.
Incredibly close now. Toledo with the lead and priority. Toledo now off the bottom. Big snap, a lot of power and great timing. Big hammer again, 2 explosive turns.
And you see that aggression come out there. Those were the best 2 cards I've seen today. And really putting Italo on the back foot. Here comes a big set. I think we're going to see one last wave out of Italo.
Can he find the score on this right? It's a big section. Tail high punt. Explodes on the landing. Number 3 in the world, Felipe Toledo, and upsets the reigning world champion at lower Trestles.
I feel like Italo would have succumbed a little bit to the atmosphere, the environment, the pressure, because he has been surfing so well and he was focusing so much on Medina and trying to keep up with Medina that he forgot that he had to beat Felipe first.
Felipe Toledo will meet Gabriel Medina in the title match later on today.
The Brazilian-born and Hawaiian-raised Tatiana Weston Webb brought plenty of confidence to the tour with her full-time arrival in 2015.
Punches through the curtain for the finish.
The word that comes to my mind when I think of Tatiana Weston Webb is fiery. I mean, in and out of the water, she's put in all the work, mental, physical. She is right there.
Digs deep off the bottom, throws plenty of spray as she hangs onto that one.
Weston Webb has a chance to make history at the WSL Finals.
To be the first Brazilian female world champion would be, oh gosh, it would be crazy. It's just such an honor to represent a country that I love so much, and that really creates the base of who I am.
At only 25, Tatiana feels she's ready for her first title.
I think I've been doing what it takes already to win a world title this last year, so I feel like, yes, it's possible.
This, for Tatiana, is a huge moment. She's arguably, the greenest of all the competitors coming into this Final 5 mix-up. This is her moment to really step up that level.
I've worked so hard this last year. It's undoubted that you put everything aside for this.
Tatiana faces Australian Sally Fitzgibbons in match 3.
32 minutes on the clock. We've got Tatiana Weston Webb and Sally Fitzgibbons in the lineup. Starting off, screaming down the line, Sally Fitzgibbons. First wave of this set.
I definitely think, the wave selection that we're seeing from Sally at the moment has been so key, so crucial, and she's turning the screws on Tatiana.
Here we go, Tatiana Weston Webb on her backhand, starting to turn things up.
She's just touching on how vertical she can get and critical on your backhand.
That score comes through a 5.17 that makes this heat that much closer.
Let's see how this wave lines up. The big set. And a good start. And look at this section here.
Yeah.
This is kind of these are those money waves. It's a set that was steep. And we'll see what she does when it comes to the closeout. And this is the hard part to hold on, and good for her.
And the crowd goes wild.
I think this one's done.
And guess what? We've got our title match for the women. It's going to be Tatiana Weston Webb versus Carissa Moore.
I have my secrets against her. I know what she hates and what gets under her skin, so.
The battle we wanted to see.
She does it again!
Yes! You couldn't have scripted 2 better guys to go head-to-head for the world title.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, the Rip Curl WSL Finals continue. Welcome back to the Rip Curl WSL Finals. Earlier in match 3, Felipe Toledo pulled off an upset and eliminated fellow Brazilian Italo Ferreira.
Those are the best 2 cards I've seen today.
Toledo will face Gabriel Medina in the title match. On the women's side, Tatiana Weston-Webb faced a formidable Sally Fitzgibbons. Tatiana was down early, but fought back to take the win.
Right in the face of Sally Fitzgibbons.
In the title match, Weston-Webb will face Hawaiian Carissa Moore.
Carissa Moore, your 2019 World Champion!
After winning a gold medal at the Olympics, Carissa Moore is now on a mission to win her 5th title.
Right now, I feel like Carissa's in her best year of her life. I feel like a 5th world title would mean everything for her and her career to go alongside that gold medal.
Carissa's been on this magic run. I don't see her slowing down.
In my opinion, the person that Carissa has to beat on that finals day is herself.
I think the biggest thing that I have learned going into these world title days is just you have to find some peace with it, because it's extremely hard to win a world title.
Thanks to this guy being
Oh my God. Carissa Moore, she surprised herself.
It's that beautiful balance of being extremely motivated for this end goal, but being present. I'm trying to not make it complicated at the moment.
I think we all like to simplify things. I think at the end of the day, we can't get caught up in our heads, and how do we simplify it? How do we stay motivated? If Carissa can simplify all those things, stay positive, stay in the moment, that'll really be an advantage for her.
For Carissa Moore, a 5th world title would cap off one of the greatest seasons of all time.
I think we all want to be the greatest surfer of all time. I don't know if that has to do with results or how many trophies you have on your mantle, but this journey throughout this year has been so special, and to see it kind of pay off and all come together in a 5th world title would be really, really special.
We're getting into these final matches.
You got the best of 3, and whoever makes it is going to be the champion at the end of the day.
Tatiana Weston-Webb, number 2 seed. You've got one more match to serve, but it's Carissa Moore.
I feel like Carissa would probably be one of my bigger rivals, just because she, to me, is the best. I have my secrets against her. I know what she hates and what gets under her skin, so.
1.
Tatiana Weston-Webb trying to win a world title for the first time for a woman from Brazil.
Put the exclamation point on that, and she does it again.
Yes.
As we see Carissa Moore.
You can see how sure-footed she is.
Big snap there, slides the fins, regains control. Coming through with that 8.33, that's enough to get her in the lead, but Tatiana Weston-Webb right there in the conversation, needing a 6.74 as she goes into her backhand. Cobra-esque strike. Another big turn right up in the critical section. Tatiana Weston-Webb takes title match 1.
Tati just got started quick. She had the warm-up. She beat Sally already, and she was able to just keep that winning formula applied.
On the men's side, Brazilian Gabriel Medina is the number 1 seed. 2021 has been a remarkable year for Medina, not only competitively, but also personally.
Shot for 3, and he gets it. There's been something so refreshing when you just see Medina this year. He's shining bright with happiness.
Never let someone take your happiness. That's the most valuable thing in the world. When you're happy, you can win anything.
He went through some beautiful changes, getting married.
To see him, with his partner, Yasmin, and just kind of watch him almost, drop that veil a little bit. I do think that something that's propelled him forward is that love that he's found.
Sometimes when you find that connection of happiness, everything turns into gold.
You can have a hard persona and you can still be a scrapper and battle, but at the end of the day, love trumps everything. There's longevity and success in love, and I reckon that's, if you can solidify that, then he's got an incredible future.
You think about Gabriel Medina, from his rise from the King of the Groms to his 2 world titles, he was a machine. He barely showed emotion unless it was angry emotion when he lost. It didn't feel like he was smiling a lot and having a good time this season. Man, he's a happier, more jovial person.
Life is crazy, you know, like things change. I felt like I was in a comfort zone. I wanted to change a little bit. I want to become a real man, you know, like it's the process.
The 27-year-old is looking to join elite company with a third world title.
There's many reasons I want to win this title. Mick is a surfer that I always look up to. He got 3 titles, Andy Idols, Tom Curran. Yeah, man, to be in that position is, I just want to reach my biggest goal.
The pressure of it all is just starting to come into fruition, and we're actually seeing who's ready to play today.
Gabriel Medina versus Felipe Toledo in your title match, Heat 1, best of 3.
Felipe Toledo. He's the best at flow with high performance and variety at lowers. And for Medina, I think we're seeing that level of greatness beyond the surfing, beyond the titles. You couldn't have scripted 2 better guys to go head-to-head for the world title.
Gabriel Medina.
Look at how dominant he has been. I feel like Medina is just on a whole other playing field.
And Felipe's backhand. So much drive and fire through these backside turns. But look out, Gabriel Medina's on the wave behind. Felipe's gonna get a front row seat to the Medina show. Gets the ramp.
Are you kidding me?
What?
No problem.
It's going.
Medina now, a 9-point ride. Medina in the lead. So Toledo with priority. He needs a 7-9-8. And almost loses it on his second turn. Down the line, a huge fin throwing snap. Toledo just under what he needed, a 7-3-7. Heat 1 of this title match will go to Gabriel Medina.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we crown a men's 2021 world champion.
Very interesting strategy there.
There's no friends. Someone's got to win, someone's got to lose.
Welcome back to the Rip Curl WSL Finals. In the first heat of the men's title match, Gabriel Medina got off to a blistering start.
Felipe's gonna get a front row seat to the Medina show. Gets the ramp.
Are you kidding me?
What?
No problem.
Medina took the win and is 1 heat away from a third world title. On the women's side, it was Tatiana Weston-Webb pulling off the upset in the first heat of the title match.
Cobra-esque strike.
Tati just got started quick. She had the warm-up. She beat Sally already, and she was able to just keep that winning formula applied.
Tatiana needs 1 more heat win to claim her first world title. The women's best of 3 title match continues with Heat 2.
More. Now she could be feeling the pressure here. She's in a must-win situation.
Just Carissa Moore dropping in on her forehand on a beautiful lowers right. We'll see where she goes with this wave next. Another arcing turn. Carissa just finding the flow so early and a huge slam off the end section.
What a gem of a wave.
Weston-Webb using priority on this right.
It was a really nice long wall, and wow, what a turn. Man, that was such a well-ridden wave. It is where the wave wedged up, and boom, really critical there. Really well done.
90 seconds on the clock, Carissa Moore.
Oh, she could shut the door right here.
What is she gonna do? Huge open face carve. She sets up this closing section, drills it off the lip.
Tatiana, it's all on the line. This is it. There we go. We're getting started. 1 big vertical snap, another one. She just keeps banging it into the corner, and again.
Wow, what an answer. Has she done enough to potentially clinch her first world title?
Looks like it's gonna fall short, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to the third final.
Woo! This last heat between Tatiana and Carissa will decide the title.
Felipe Toledo in a must-win situation here against Gabriel Medina. Remember, it is best out of 3. We will get things started very quickly. Toledo trying that first hack in the pocket, throw tail, pulls it forward. Low tail, does he pull it? He does. Gabriel Medina answers to Toledo.
Wow, unbelievable, huge frontside full rotation, straight into a few searing maneuvers. This heat is on.
It'll be the best number of the match at 8.5 over Felipe's 7.83.
Now there's a huge set. Strider, are you in the position there to check that one out?
Are you kidding me? That was a searing snap. That was ridiculous. Another one. This is ridiculous. Gabby's out the back. He's looking at this left.
Yeah, it was. Medina looks like he's got a gigantic ramp.
What an exchange in this world title heat. Here he goes, Gabriel Medina on a smaller inside left, looking really crispy. Does a big front side backflip. Only the second time in competition that's ever been done. Points to the judges, what are they gonna do?
A 9.03 for the Flintstone flip. Medina in first. Now Toledo needs a 9.7. Toledo's got to give it everything he's got. Felipe Toledo, big hack. What a fan of water. Lightning fast off the bottom into a wrapping cutback. He looks inspired. Drives into the final section, throw tail, reverse, and he gets stuck.
Felipe Toledo in second priority, still needing a 9.01.
So he's in a pretty tough spot now.
It's tense times. Clock's ticking. Felipe needs to score. This is what it's all about.
We have 40 seconds left. There are waves percolating out there. As fans, will we get to see two surfers ride a wave right now in the dying seconds of this historic event right here?
We can only hope for this buzzer beater.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It is official. In the first ever Rip Curl WSL Finals, Gabriel Medina, now a 3-time world champion.
I'm so happy. I achieved my biggest goal in surfing, and I'm so happy. I'm crying right now because it's a lot of mix of emotion, you know. It's all sad, happy, excited.
Well, congratulations, my friend. You're a champion.
He did it for all the right reasons, and that's because of you, Yasmin. And then he can do that as many times as he wants. How many does he want? He can keep that going, man.
Talk to me about the cornerstone, your support squad.
She's so precious. I love her so much. She had my back all year long, you know. She made me feel the best guy in the world, and I just want to dedicate this win for her.
Let's go!
Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we crown a women's world champion at the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
Needs an 8.58 for the lead.
Man.
Welcome back to the inaugural Rip Curl WSL Finals.
Medina looks like he's got a gigantic ramp!
Earlier in the men's title match, Gabriel Medina won back-to-back heats and clinched his 3rd world title.
He said his dream ever since he qualified was to be a 3-time world champion. He's part of the club.
He's been the form surfer all year. He deserves this.
On the women's side, Tatiana claimed the first heat.
What a way to finish that heat.
Incredible. Carissa gonna come in, regroup.
But Carissa answered back with a win in Heat 2.
This will officially be going into a 3rd and deciding world title match between Tatiana Weston-Webb and Carissa Moore.
The winner of the 3rd and final heat will clinch the 2021 world title.
It's all coming down to this. This is the final match of 2021, and the winner is the world champion.
They know how to win this heat. It's a matter of who deals with the pressure now.
1.
Let's go! You see Carissa Moore a huge layback snap. What's she gonna do on this end section? Another up into the lip and rides away cleanly.
Out here having a good time. Here she is, she's on fire. It's all smiles. It's just like crazy. She's on fire.
Carissa is out in front. We'll see if Tati can come back.
Ripping off the bottom, up into the lip. Speed and power. Oh, she's frothing for this inside. She's just tacking these combinations together. Vertical in the corner again.
She can get herself back in this heat, completing this ride. That was really nice.
She's right back in there
Right
now.
back in there.
Carissa Moore.
She has one of the nicest calves in the world, men or women.
Oh, it's just so clean.
She wraps it around, another speed hack.
The power, then the release when she wants it. Such clean surfing out of Carissa.
Rolling in here, we've got Tatiana Weston Webb. Needs an 8.58 for the lead.
Man.
Come on. Now lighting up the finish. She can't hang on. Scores in 6:17. Not enough. Carissa Moore, 2021 world champion. Now a 5-time world champ.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations, you are the world champion.
It was a crazy back and forth battle, and so I was really happy to fight back. And number 5 sounds pretty good. It's a bit emotional. I'm like, I don't think I could have asked for anything more or written it any better, and I'm really grateful. I can feel a lot of love down here.
Tati has nothing to be ashamed of here. She put it all out there, and she was the underdog coming in.
Your 2021 world champion, Carissa Moore. Clearly, the best year of Carissa Moore's entire life, achieving Olympic gold and now a 5-time world champion.
It was very nerve-wracking. It wasn't how I imagined it was gonna go today.
She has never defended a world title well.
My amazing husband, he like looked at me and he's like, if anyone can do this, you can do this, okay? So I was like, all right. But yeah, I wouldn't be here today without all the love. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, for her to defend her world title for the first time, she's always had it in her, and she's finally just not doubting herself and believing in herself.
It was a battle till the end. I think world title number 5 took me to dig a little deep.
Her legacy has grown in front of our eyes as a 5-time world champion.
Yeah, Chris.
So happy for you too. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Your 2021 world champion, Gabriel Medina.
Yeah, I'm so happy right now.
Medina this year, he opened up. He grew in front of our eyes.
I want to thank a special person that she got my back this year.
He's owning his life. He's owning his career. Deep down inside, what are we here for anyway? We're here for love.
I love you, Linda. Yasmin, I love you so much. I think the key for me this year especially was the love. Try to enjoy every moment, and give love where I could. And Kingy, I love you. Thank you so much. You're the man. Thanks, Kingy.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Just to solidify it, you can win without treading on top of anyone. You can win without having to rip somebody else's dreams apart. You can win. He knows how to do it. He's doing it for the right reasons, and you can look back and it's a memorable and a happy year.
Man, love is powerful. You can win titles.
That's a wrap from the Rip Curl WSL Finals. The 2021 WSL CT season was historic. For more of the WSL, log on to WorldSurfLeague.com for insight and updates on the 2022 season. Thank you for watching the WSL Championship Tour.